This city has one day left to live. 20,000 people will wake up here today. Not one of them knows it is their last. By this time tomorrow, this entire city will have vanished from the earth. Because the green mountain above them is not a mountain at all. It is one of the deadliest volcanoes on the planet. And today, it wakes up. It is the year 79. A bright, ordinary morning in Pompeii. And I am here to spend its final day. Walk with me. The morning begins like any other. The bakeries are already warm. Round loaves rising in stone ovens. The exact same loaves that archaeologists will one day pull from these ovens, perfectly carbonized almost 2,000 years later. Carts rumble over the stepping stones. Fountains splash on every corner. This is one of the richest, most modern towns in the Roman world, a seaside resort where the wealthy come to play. Walk the streets and the city tells you everything about itself. Election slogans are painted across the walls, candidates begging for votes. Shop signs advertise wine and bread and garum, the fermented fish sauce Romans pour on everything. There is graffiti everywhere, jokes, insults, declarations of love scratched into the plaster. These are not statues in a museum. They are living, gossiping, voting, falling in love. Today. By midday, the baths are full. The thermae are the social heart of the town, where deals are struck and gossip flows in clouds of steam. Nearby, the amphitheater could seat the entire population, the oldest stone arena in the Roman world. There are taverns serving hot food from sunken jars, lavish villas with private gardens, and walls painted in brilliant reds and blues. Life here is good. Life here feels permanent. Step inside a wealthy home, and the outside world disappears. A central garden open to the sky, a pool to catch the rain, walls covered floor to ceiling in masterpieces of painting that will not be rivaled for over 1,000 years. The owners are planning dinners, business, the future. None of them feel the faint trembling that has been coming on and off from the mountain. They have felt tremors all their lives. This valley shakes, it always has. But there have been signs, if anyone knew how to read them. Springs and wells have quietly run dry. The animals have been restless for days. 17 years ago, a great earthquake nearly leveled this town, and they simply rebuilt, bigger and grander than before. Here is the thing that dooms them. In the entire Roman world, there is no word for volcano. They do not know what Vesuvius is. To them, it is just a generous green mountain, good for vineyards. They have no idea they have built their paradise on top of a sleeping monster. And then, just after midday, it happens. A sound unlike anything any of them has ever heard. The top of the mountain tears open, and a column of ash and rock blasts straight up, faster than sound, climbing miles into the sky in minutes. A young man watching from across the bay, Pliny the Younger, will later write the only eyewitness account, describing a giant cloud shaped like an umbrella pine. For a few seconds, the whole city simply stops and stares. Then the sky begins to fall. First, a strange light rain of small porous stones, pumice, pattering down like hail. People hold cushions and tiles over their heads and laugh nervously, unsure if this is a disaster or a spectacle. But it does not stop. It falls harder and faster, hour after hour. By afternoon, the bright August day has turned to midnight. The stones are piling up in the streets, on the roofs, foot after foot, and the laughing has stopped. Now comes the impossible choice. Run or hide? Many gather what they can carry and flee through the streets toward the gates and the harbour, stumbling through ankle-deep stone in the dark. Others bolt their doors and shelter inside, praying it will pass, not knowing that the weight of the pumice is about to bring their roofs down on top of them. Whichever they choose, the mountain is not finished. It has only just begun. The night is endless. There is no moon, no stars, only blackness and the distant roar of the mountain, and the glow of the column, lighting the underside of the clouds a furnace orange. The ground shakes without stopping. Roofs groan and collapse. Anyone still in the city is now trapped, the streets choked, too deep to run. They huddle in the dark, listening, waiting for a dawn that, for them, will never really come. And then, in the black hours before dawn, the mountain delivers the final blow. The towering column, holding up millions of tons of rock, finally collapses. Instead of going up, it comes down and races outward across the ground. A pyroclastic surge, a churning wall of gas and ash, hundreds of degrees hot, moving faster than a person could ever run. It comes down the mountain, crosses the last fields, and reaches the city. And in a single moment, after 700 years of life, Pompeii falls silent. When it is over, Pompeii is gone. Not damaged, gone. Buried under up to 20 feet of ash and stone, sealed away as if it had never existed. The shape of the coastline itself has changed. Over the years that follow, the survivors drift away, the roads are rerouted, and slowly the name fades from memory. For nearly 1700 years, one of the great cities of Rome lies forgotten beneath a quiet green countryside, with farmers planting vines directly above the roof, never knowing what sleeps below. And then, by accident, they find it again. Diggers strike walls, then streets, then entire houses, and what they uncover stuns the world. Because the ash did not just destroy Pompeii, it preserved it. A whole Roman city, frozen at one exact moment. Loaves still in the oven, wine still in the jars, election posters still on the wall, a meal left half-eaten on a table, and in the hardened ash, hollow spaces, the shapes of the people themselves, captured in their final moments, which archaeologists fill with plaster to bring them gently back into the light. That is why Pompeii matters more than almost any place on earth. It is not a story about death. It is the most complete photograph we will ever have of what it was actually like to be alive 2,000 years ago. An ordinary Tuesday, an ordinary town, ordinary people with plans and debts and crushes and dinner reservations. All of it frozen in the instant before the world changed. Pompeii is the great reminder that history is not statues and dates. It is people. People exactly like us, who woke up certain They had all the time in the world. One ordinary day, frozen forever. If you stood inside it with me, then that is exactly what this channel is for. I drop into the great moments of history and live them, hour by hour, so you can stand inside them too. So tell me, where should I be dropped next? Tudor London with a single coin? The last night inside Constantinople? A street in the Black Death? Put it in the comments and subscribe, because the next clock is already ticking.